Howdy YouTube, a cool and cute review for you today, and that's because we're taking a look at the McLaren F1 Honda Bear. I'm also going to take this opportunity to have a little bit of a rant about McLaren Honda, a team that I really love. I'm a huge Fernando Alonso fan, and it's just been really disheartening to follow the team. And you can actually see the progression and just the little things, even with this bear, which sounds really silly, but I will compare it to previous year's merchandise, that just shows there's a lack of effort and a lack of care and detail put into the team. So with that, let's get this bear opened up and out of packaging. Okay, and here we have the bear opened up and out of packaging. Now, one, yes, he is absolutely adorable. He's a very cute-looking teddy bear. But as a team fan and as a piece of team merchandise, it's pretty bare bones. Realistically, you've got something made in China, which probably costs nothing, that they charged a fortune for, but the level of detailing on the actual shirt, which is what makes it different to any other teddy bear, is pretty poor. Now, I'll bring in, and if you haven't seen my review on it, I'll post a link so you can check it out. But look at the previous McLaren Honda Bear. Now, this, when Alonso first jumped ship to McLaren, I believe this particular bear came out 2014, 2015, around that time frame. But look at the difference in care. These cost the same price, but look at the detail. On the new bear, you get McLaren Honda, which is nice. You get a baggy shirt, and that's it. You don't get anything else. Now, the bear itself does look very cute, but still. Now you compare it to the 2014, 2015 McLaren Honda Bear. You have the McLaren logo, which the new one doesn't have. You got the sponsors, which the new one doesn't have. I like the Honda logo. This looks like a bear in a mini team shirt, which is pretty cool. This, in comparison, is pretty disappointing. You've got the sponsors on the side. Now, I guess part of the problem is McLaren, because of their poor performance, have not got that many sponsors. But still, they've gone to a lot of effort with this, and they've gone to basically zero effort for this. Now, it's probably a cost measure. They figured, well, let's just throw something cheap and crummy together and sell it, which is what I guess they've done. But to me, it reflects why Honda is so poor and why McLaren is so poor in Formula One. Now, we'll talk about Alonso and Indy very soon, but in terms of Formula One, Honda have been in it for a few years now. Every other team has managed to improve. Renault had a really slow, unreliable motor that caused a lot of trouble with a top team, Red Bull. They worked hard, they fixed and improved. Ferrari, same deal. Mercedes have been impeccable for the last few years. Every team, when they have a problem, they go to all around the world and all the other teams, and they get the best guys they can. With Honda, part of the problem is they're not doing that, and it's led to stagnation with their engine development. Now, I thought Honda had a big problem, but I was really excited with the Indy project, thinking, well, if they can supply engines to Indy cars, like Andretti Racing, then obviously they're not that bad, and it's just a Formula One problem. Watching Alonso absolutely dominate Indy for a rookie, first time to qualify as well as he did, and to lead the race for as many laps as he did, and even in the closing stages when he dropped to 7th, he was still in a prime position to capitalize and get a podium, possibly win, but we never know. Why? Because obviously Honda failed, mechanical issues. Yes, they still won with a Jap, which they would be over the moon about, but to me that showed that there is a serious problem with Honda in general. And it's bad because it does a lot of damage to the McLaren brand and also the Honda brand. Yes, they had a lot of success with Senna in the late 80s, early 90s. But since then, they haven't been able to achieve a lot in terms of big name motorsport. And I mean Formula One, IndyCar, even Le Mans racing they haven't entered. So it is a real shame. That's, I guess, my McLaren Honda rant. Comparing the two bears, if you can get a hold of this one, I 100% encourage you to do that. Maybe you'll be able to find him on eBay. He's a pretty cool looking bear, good team shirt. This one you can get from the McLaren store now. I think he's around $30, so he's not that expensive, especially compared to some of the other teams like Red Bull and Ferrari ask just ludicrous prices. Same with Renault too. I'm a big fan of the Renault F1 team. Love the graphics and the color scheme, but their merchandise is just ridiculously expensive. So on that front, I guess it's good value, but I wish they'd put a little bit more effort into it. In particular, the team shirt. It would have been nice if they'd done something. And to me, it's indicative of the status of the team at the moment. You had here Alonso going to the team, fresh potential, a lot of effort being put in, and now you have the sort of lackluster, anticlimactic status that McLaren have regulated themselves to. So a little bit disappointing. Both really cool bears though. And if you get a chance and you're a diehard McLaren fan, then I think it's worth picking up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the McLaren Honda F1 Teddy Bear.